Hey everyone, welcome back. Are you ready for the truth? Because today we're opening a file that Canada never wanted you to see. A file that pulls the curtain back on one of the world's most trusted immigration systems. This is the IRCC confession. A young woman in Toronto, drained by 3 years of waiting for a simple study permit approval. No strength left, no money left, just silence from the immigration office. And then a message from her immigration consultant.
If you can pay $5,000, I know someone inside. They'll fast-track your file.
She froze. Was this a joke? This was Canada, the land of rule of law. Not this. Not backroom deals and hush money. But it was real. And it wasn't just a story. This exact type of incident appeared in an official report by Canada's own immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, IRCC. For the first time in history, the department publicly admitted that its own employees had engaged in unethical behavior, bribes, racism, abuse, and systemic failure. The lid on Pandora's box was ripped open. I read the full report. Pages upon pages of internal rot. I wasn't surprised, just furious for the people whose dreams, time, and savings were stolen by this system. Some of you told me.
But certain communities know how to work the system. They have connections inside.
Well, guess what? This report proves you were right. Canada sells itself to the world as a fair and transparent country. But this report, this confession, admits otherwise. For the first time, IRCC officially acknowledges systemic problems inside the department, abuse of power, a failure to ensure justice for all. Let's get something clear. This isn't just about one bad apple. IRCC has nearly 13,000 personnel across Canada and in 60 countries. These people handle your visas, your citizenship, your refugee claims. And yes, some of them have corrupted the system from within. 3 years ago, I reported on strange cases where immigration files sat untouched, literally for years. Turns out, some files were assigned to ghost officers, employees who had already retired, died, or simply vanished. Yet IRCC never reassigned the files. Dreams just sitting in limbo. The report covered the 2023-2024 period. 76 internal cases were investigated. 82% involved confirmed misconduct. Here's what they found. Bribe offers, unauthorized access to confidential files, racist language, absenteeism, lying on official records. One IRCC employee was caught texting a colleague.
Would you approve a student visa for money?
Yes. Written proof. Caught red-handed. And when confronted, he lied. Said someone else used his laptop. But the investigation found out he was deep in debt and lying. His security clearance was revoked. But let's be honest. If this is the case they caught, how many others slipped through? The report also reveals unauthorized access to private immigration files. 12 staff members illegally entered the system. Some were spying on friends' or relatives' applications. Others were just curious. But this is not curiosity. These files contain passports, medical records, asylum claims, interview transcripts, home addresses. IRCC responded with warning letters, unpaid leave, a few firings. But the system, still wide open. The rot doesn't stop at bribes. It goes deeper into racism, harassment, even threats. One employee wrote that a certain ethnic group thinks they're above the law. Another threatened their supervisor. Someone else sent an email calling their boss incompetent. Others refused to attend mandatory meetings. And then, one case where an IRCC employee met a refugee claimant at a shelter, began a relationship, and even co-signed their car loan. Unethical? Absolutely, but also enabled by a system that didn't prevent it. 37 administrative abuse cases, fake overtime claims, sleeping on shift, ignoring orders, not showing up at all. These are the people handling your visas, your futures. Let me be clear. There are thousands of honest IRCC employees, but this report casts a long, dark shadow on all of them. This isn't just a scandal. This is a turning point. For the first time, IRCC admits the system has cracks. Some people exploit those cracks. The process is not always fair. The report was signed by Deputy Minister Dr. Harpreet Kokar. He writes,
"This is a first step toward accountability. These revelations were only possible thanks to brave whistleblowers."
He encourages transparency. But let me ask you, why were these issues ignored for so long? What about the cases no one reported? How many dreams died in the silence? Canada's global image has taken a hit. This isn't just a few bad apples. This is a system that failed to self-regulate. Can international students trust this process anymore? Would you apply to a system where bribery lurks behind closed doors? Reform is essential. This isn't just a report. It's a confession, a reckoning. I've been covering the cracks in Canada's immigration, healthcare, and legal systems for years. Not because I hate this country. I chose to live here. I fight because I want it to be better. Let's not let this report vanish into the archives. Let's demand better. And if you've faced similar stories, drop them in the comments. Let's tell your truth too. This country was built by immigrants, and immigrants are stronger when we stand together. Don't forget that. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Until next time, stay safe, and stay informed.